All right, good afternoon. Thank you so much for making time for this program at this particular hour and trusting us to bring you up to speed with what is happening across the country. My name is Brian Amwai. We want to begin on matters Adani. Now, the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury, that is John Badi, is currently before the National Assembly Committee on Public Debt and Privatization. This is a meeting, a follow-up meeting rather, on the previous meeting held with the ministry's PS on the Adani JKIA leasing deal. Let's listen in.
Money may not help us solve much because this is a huge economy. The money that Adani gives of about, is it about 6.5 billion per year, may not help us pay much. But we can discount it. That provision is there. I hope that now answers it. On the employees, Chair, I just want to read what is in the terms, heads of terms of the concession agreement. And this is between the Kenya Airports Authority and Adani Airports Holding. JKIA employees, 3.3. Yeah, it's, I'm told it's, if you go to your folder, it's Annex PQ, and it is page 11 of 68. This is what it says. During the interim management period, the JKIA employees will remain employed by the grantor. The concessionaire will make an offer to the existing employees on terms that are no less favorable to their existing terms of employment. So that is what it says, in order to protect. And I think this is what now the KIA, the JKIA staff working for KIA or employees have been taken through this after they were out there. Remember, they went to the streets on, that was, I think, on 23rd of July. Yeah, I think, yeah? 23rd of July. 20, yeah, September. Yeah, no, it was recent, sorry. I think I'm getting the date wrong. So they went on strike, and they went back to work. I believe this is one of the, they were taken through this document, and they understood. But if there is any other issue, still we are on public participation. It can be dealt with. Stage. Thuku Kwenya, my great friend. You also forgot to say that you have been my neighbor in National Assembly. Transiting after 17 years from opposition to government, I just wanted to correct. I've actually not been in opposition for 17 years. I think I've been in opposition for 12 years. The first time I was in Parliament, I was in government, Grand Coalition government. And I actually ended up being assistant minister. So this is not the first time I'm in government. I've been in government before. I know how it feels. But I've never been a cabinet secretary or a minister with full flag. I used to have nusu flag, as they used to call it, assistant minister. So the transition is smooth and easy. I agree with you completely on foreign direct investment. But we cannot also close our eyes to maybe some deals that may mar a good process where we are attracting direct foreign investment and there is corruption around it. So when issues are raised around Adani, I agree completely. We need to deal with them. Any gray areas, cleared. And that is why I'm here today to present these facts. It is upon the committee even to dig further and see if my facts make sense or there are other issues that are emerging. So we need to do that. But again, in terms of appearing before, on judicial outreach, I think that one I leave to our Attorney General to deal with. She can even apply that the I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong term, to quote that the court has no, what do we call it? Jurisdiction. So the courts will determine. It is very interesting. Courts are the ones who can say that we don't have powers. Very few people would say that. Once you give me power, even if I don't have it, I would just go ahead and use it. Now, appearing before the Senate, I'll reserve my comments, but let me just say that I didn't want to appear that I don't respect the standing orders of the Senate and the law. Actually, our Constitution should have clarified a few things, because it says that the Senate has powers to summon anyone, anybody, whether they have summoned you to discuss something that does not make sense, but they have the powers to summon anyone. So on that basis, I respected the Constitution because I'm anyone. So I appeared before the Senate.
All right. Details of that particular story will be coming in your subsequent bulletins at 4 and 7 and 9 here on K24. Away from that, members of universities, Academic Staff Union and Kenya University Staff Union at Masai Mara University marched along the Mulot-Narok Town Highway. The protest meant to push the government to increase their salaries. Now, the hundreds of university teaching and non-teaching staff chanted solidarity slogans as they carried their union banners and vuvuzelas along the busy highway. Led by their secretary generals, the staff vowed not to relent in their demands for salary increment, wondering why other government employees had received salary increment, leaving them behind.
We are out of class, we are out of the offices, and we want to make sure that the government pays attention to this. It is good that the cabinet secretary came out lying, speaking things that were not in the negotiation. We want to ask the cabinet secretary humbly, Bwana CS, humbly, Bwana CS, it is not business as usual. Yes. Minister of Education is not a walk in the park. If anyone lied to you that you are going to walk in the park, if anyone lied to you that you are going to swim and eat sausages, smokies, and everything in the office, Minister of Education, you have to take the bull by its own and face the reality.
We still have huge disparities across universities. And that is why we are saying we need all allowances to be harmonized. We want allowances to be harmonized. We want all the university workers to have the same commuter, the same medical benefits, the same annual leave traveling allowance, with a raft of issues. We want those internal CBA to respond to the welfare of the workers. Solidarity! Solidarity!
Now, the High Court ruling declaring the NGCDF unconstitutional, which has dealt a huge blow to members of the National Assembly, has now sparked opposition from various MPs and education stakeholders across the country. The MPs have emphasized the crucial role that NGCDF has played for the last 21 years, despite respecting the court's decision. They have urged the drafters of the 2010 Constitution to relook the document to align with the items that aim to propel the economic transformation agenda of the country.
Is their joy. With him, we.
Hakuna shirika ama hakuna fund, hakuna rasilimali ambayo inafanya kazi vizuri kama NGCDF. Kupitia NGCDF kama hapa Shinyalu, nishawaeleza kwamba chini ya miaka miwili nimeweza kuhakikisha tumeanzisha upya gorofa zaidi ya 9 zinaendelea. Mwaka huu baadhi ya zile gorofa tutakuwa tunakabidhi rasmi wazazi na wanafunzi ili watoto wasomee kwa mazingira mazuri.
Hapo nyuma nakumbuka watoto wetu wengi, kwa sababu ya kutojiweza kwa wazazi wetu wengi walikwamia katika shule za msingi. Hata wengi hawakufanya mitihani ya darasa la 8, lakini mradi huu wa CDF ulipokuja tulianza kuona mabadiliko. Mwanzo miundo msingi shuleni iliimarishwa.
I believe we need to look for a way of ensuring that we retain NGCDF fund to constituencies. Many schools in Suna West, you are aware because you have been here for some times, there were no labs in schools. We didn't have many girls' secondary schools the way we have now. There are so many primary schools which are in existence courtesy of NGCDF fund. Many students are joining university courtesy of NGCDF bursary. I don't know, between the people and the law, which one is superior?
All right, now the courts have given fresh directions in Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza's impeachment case. Today, Justice Bahati Momuye also ordered the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to arrest one Moses Kimson, a voter from Meru, for contempt of court relating to the impeachment of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza. This decision arises from allegations that Kimson interfered with the court proceedings, undermining the judicial process in the impeachment case by sending a message and shouting at the judge, questioning why the court issued an order allowing Kawira back to office. Now, the case will be mentioned tomorrow, right? Away from that, a section of youth drawn from Pwani University in Kilifi County have threatened to resume the Gen Z protest if the plot to impeach Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is actualized. They say that if threats to impeach Gachagua sail through, then they will mobilize their peers from all over the country to return to the streets to send the entire government home.
Wataanza protest. Ya power si mzuri. Wateni tu nyinyi wote ikifika 2027 zipi kianza maandamano. Atakuwa isema like
Rigathi Gachagua is a truthful man, is a helping man. His wife donated 70 laptops to Pwani University Library, sindio? And it has been confirmed. Rigathi came and donated 1 million to the comrades of Pwani.